In the Mahabharata, there is a certain segment, I can't remember the exact timing of when it comes, where Yudhishthira, who is one of the oldest brother of the Pandavas, is asked a question. It says, "What is the fastest in the world?" And he says, the answer that he gives is the mind. It's there and it's gone. It comes and it goes. Every thought comes and it goes. The ones that persist are the ones that we say yes to. The ones that we say yes to seem to come back again and again and again. And they grow and they grow and they grow. It's what we are telling ourselves all the time. There are some people that are just naturally positive. They don't need anything. Perhaps after years and years of being born, or perhaps the circumstances that they lived in, it doesn't require any effort to be positive. I am not one of those people. I need to work at it. I need to work at it because my circumstances and my life has made me focus a lot on all the negative stuff that's happening. And the mind loves that. The mind absolutely loves that. There are some people that require meditation every day. I am one of them. So if I have to stay calm, even some part of the day, or for most part of the day, I have to practice. I have to do this every single day. And because I know it works, is why I recommend it. Is why I tell people, just do it. Just do it every day. It changes a lot of things. It allows you to bounce back a lot more. We always think that we have to be somewhere. We have to do something. We have to be productive, that people must think that we are useful. We're so much caught up in what is expected of us. At a certain age, certain milestones must be hit. You must get married, you must have children, you must have a job, you must earn money. And then what? And then what? You leave it all behind. You die, you leave it all behind. And what have you done in this time? All that money that you sweated, the way you worked, you ignored your children, you put them in daycare, you did all those things. You went to work, you were exhausted, you yelled at your children, you yelled at your parents, you yelled at your husband, you yelled at yourself. What is it for? What are we trying to achieve? Where are we trying to go? And it doesn't matter how hard you run. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're always here. You can never escape from the moment. This is the only moment. And it's very sobering to remember that there's nowhere to go. You cannot run anywhere. You cannot escape this. Whatever is happening now. Whatever it is happening now. And the way you deal with it you don't have to smile. But you don't need to cry. You don't need to cry. There's nothing to achieve. There is the minute people relinquish that burning desire to achieve is when the achievement comes on its own. It just comes on its own because you cannot do nothing. It's not possible. As much as we try to do nothing, the way we are hardwired is to always act. Now, are you acting thinking, oh, I'm going to get money out of this action? Or are you acting for the sake of action alone? There's nothing more to do. We always are looking for an ultimate, like, what is in it for me? What's going to happen to me? How am I going to benefit from this? And if you do it for the love of it alone, if you just let go for a moment of what's the result that you're expecting 5 days from now, 15 days from now, a month from now, 2 years from now, and just focus on what has to be done, it gets done with a lot more effort, with a lot more energy, with a lot more good and positive prana. And that is much more important. Instead, what do? We're thinking about, oh my God, I should be doing this. Oh my God, I should be doing that. This has to be done. That has to be done. And I am the first person who is guilty of this. My mind is traveling. Especially like I'm planning an event on the weekend, my mind is going 100 miles per hour. But what has to be done Monday, Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, everything has to be sorted out, right? But when it comes, the moment will come and the event will happen and the event will get over. And nobody will notice if there wasn't an extra sweet or if the decorations weren't perfect. And even if they do, so what? So what? I always tell you that the best mantra you can all use to deal with what's happening is so what? Anything that happens to you, whether you lose a job or you get a job with lots of money, whatever happens, it's only happening for your good. And if you remember that, then there is no bad event that's taking place in your life. There's nothing happening that you have to say, why me? And I'm trying to include all the topics that were suggested to me, right? There is nothing that you can say that you are being victimized. Things happen. Life happens. Life happens without you trying. When it's time, the babies come, the babies go to school, they grow up, they grow old, go to college, they grow old, they give you trouble, they don't give you trouble, they grow old. Whatever things happen in a cycle, we all go through it all the time. But we spend most of our time trying to make the most use of time. And in that pursuit of doing that, we don't give this moment our best attention. And this moment deserves your attention. So if you're making a dish, make the dish with attention. You see for yourself, even if you making an omelette and you chop it well and you have the eggs cooked for just the right time without letting it burn, because you're looking at it and you're paying attention to how much oil there is and how much salt has been put, the result is always good. You try to make the omelette while talking on the phone, while putting toast in, while wiping your baby's mouth or the other things that we're trying to do. It's going to turn out to be a disaster. And you're saying, I'm doing so much and it's coming to nothing. That's because we don't pay attention to it task by task. When you're ironing your iron, it's such a mundane task. I find ironing just a deep connection, a connection with being. I love it. Each wrinkle that I remove from the piece of cloth is such an empowering feeling for me. I love it.
Really?
I love it. And yeah, it's so simple. It doesn't mean anything, but it's the meaning you assign to it. Every day I iron for 15 minutes, and that's my time to just, as if I'm smoothing out all the problems in my life.
It feels good to wear something.
It feels good to wear clothes that are well ironed, right? Yeah. Don't make more of life than it is. It's all over in a flash. It doesn't matter what you do, we all do stuff, and nobody's stuff is more important than anybody else's stuff. Everybody thinks that life is all about them. My needs, I'm the most important person. Everybody must pay attention to my emotions, my feelings, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. Try making it about others. Try making it about others. Life becomes so much easier. The minute you start thinking, what's in it for me, you're setting yourself up for misery. You're setting yourself up for disaster. You try to achieve, but you're so concerned with what is to be achieved, with the results of what you need to achieve, that you forget about the process. There is a process involved. Sometimes the results will come, sometimes the results won't come. But if you've enjoyed the process, then you have practiced being. You have practiced staying in the moment. Enjoyable tasks are just much more being centered. So when you're doing things that you love doing, gardening or cooking or sewing or ironing, whatever it is that you enjoy doing, they're just more productive. The time goes by without you even realizing the time has gone by. You finish the task and it was fun. The ones that you really don't want to do are the ones you're saying, oh God, why do I have to be doing this? Why do I have to be doing this? I want to go on a vacation. I want a drink. I want to be eating, dinner out. Why should I be here in this moment? Right? And it is that mental energy that really causes the misery, not the job itself. If you just did the job because it has to be done, it's done and it's over. It's done and it's over. But we spend more time just going over, I don't know why I have to do this. I don't know why I have to be so miserable. Why does this? So it is a process of acceptance. And the more you meditate, the more awareness there is, that acceptance comes that much faster. A little bit faster for you. That it's all good. It's all good. Everything is perfect just the way it is. That I don't need to change anything. Life, whatever it has given me, this is my set of cards. And now I've been dealt this life, now I have to just deal with it. So that acceptance is difficult because we want to be somewhere else. We want more money. We want a change of job. We want a bigger house. We want a better car. We want another spouse. We want so many different things, right? And sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't matter what you want. What matters is, what are you thinking now? How quickly are you able to bring yourself back? How do you use the breath? How do you use the knowledge to just say, let me just go through this minute? And sometimes people do it with prayer. They say, God, get me through this minute. Get me through this. And then everything will be fine. And if that helps you stay present, that's fine. But it must not bring sorrow. It must not bring tears. It must not bring a feeling of life is a burden and I am the victim. Nothing is out to get you. Everything is out to challenge you. Everything is out to challenge you. It's all about how you view life. What is it that you want? You want only money? That you're willing to sacrifice any relationship for the sake of money? So many families get torn up. So many people get torn up because of money. But if it's money that you want, you can get it. And people that are focused on money, they do become wealthy. They do become wealthy because whatever it is that you focus on, it grows in your life. But if they're focused on money, are they also focused on their peace? Probably not. So let's get to the last topic of the evening. What is my purpose in life? What do you want? What is it that you want? You see, it's very easy for me to talk on any topic because ultimately there is only one truth. There is only one truth. And if you've understood it, you don't even need to come back and listen again and again. Because if you get it, there is only one. And it's happening right now. This is it. And you are that. You get that? You are everything. And this is the moment. Then you won't need anybody's help. This is it. Whatever you've got. You have to decide very early for yourself. Am I going to make myself miserable chasing things that I may or may not get? Or is my goal just peace and joy and trying to get into that place where I'm only spreading good wishes around me? We have to decide that very fast. You may get one, you may get both. Or you may get none of them. But you got to be okay with it. Whatever it is that's happening now, that's it. That's what's happening now. You're never alone. You're never given something you can't deal with. The feeling of getting overwhelmed is not because a situation is overwhelming. It is because you're buying into thoughts that are overwhelming. You're buying into feelings that are overwhelming. And I began my talk with saying that the mind is the one thing that changes the fastest. Thoughts and feelings belong to the mind. They come, they go, they come, they go, they come. Nothing lasts. So you're feeling overwhelmed. Cry for a couple of minutes. Then let it go. And carry on. Doing what you have to do. It passes. Identity with temporary situations is foolishness. And we are all guilty of it. We are all guilty of it. We think that it's going to last forever. But it's not. It's going to change. So whatever it is that's going on in your life, whatever it is that you feel makes you want to run towards something or away from something, because that's what we're doing, right? We're chasing some goal or running away from something else. Isn't that what we're all doing? It's okay. It's totally okay. Om Namah Shivaya. Hey everyone, thanks for visiting my channel, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button and turn on notifications so I can continue to bring you more content just like this on knowledge, on meditation, and on insights for a happy life. Don't forget, happiness is your birthright.